Hi, third grade. Mrs. Clott here. We are going to review our long and short vowels this week. This is for HMH Module 2, Week 3. All right, let's take a look at our short vowels. Remember, the short vowels make a sound that is not the letter name. So the A says ah, like an apple. The E says eh, like an Eddie. The I says eh, like an itchy. O says ah, like an olive. And the U says like an up. So let's sound these words out and read them. We've got p, a, n, pan, b, e, d, bed, l, ip, lip, n, a, t, not, r, a, n, run. All right, and those are our short vowel sounds. Remember, listen to all the sounds, blend them together, and say the word quickly. All right, we've been learning a lot of long vowels. So we have a bunch of different spelling patterns for our long vowels. Remember, when the long vowel says its name, that's the long vowel sound. So the A says A, E says E, I says I, the O says O, and the U says U or oo, like in tune. All right, so let's take a look at some of these words here. All right, look at the word same. In the word same, notice we have the silent E here at the end, and it's telling the A to say its name. That's an A consonant E rule spelling. And so this word same, I hear three sounds because remember the E does not make a sound. So I've got same, and I blend it together and say it quickly, same. Now notice I have this word. I have p-a. Again, I have two sounds, and the second sound is spelled with the A-Y. Remember, A-Y comes at the end of words. So I've got p-a, pay. Now I have another spelling pattern for the long A sound. And this time I've got a, So I've got the A-I together, making that long A sound. Remember, two vowels go walking. The first one does the talking. So here we have A-I saying A, and I have so aim. Sometimes the E and the A together can make the long A sound as well. Here I have g-r-a-t, g-r-a-t, great. So the E and the A are tricky because they can also make the long E sound, which you'll see over here. And so in this case, it's making the long A sound. And then I have a letter combination, E-I-G-H, that makes the long A sound as well. So these four letters make one sound, A-t, eight. And that spelling pattern is also the long A. Let's take a look at our long E. So remember, these are saying that the E is saying its name, E. And in this case, I have the E jumping over the end, telling this E to say its name. So again, that E consonant E pattern. So I've got sk, E, sorry, it's a C sound. It's a C followed by an E, which makes the S sound. So s. I've got seen. That one's tricky. S, E, n. So I've got the E jumping over, telling the E to say its name. And because the C is followed by an E, it's making the soft sound, so you don't hear the difference between the S and the C. All right, so my next word with the long E, remember E at the end of a word can make it's an open syllable, so it's saying its name. So E, so I have the E here by itself, E, me. And then I've got the next word. Now, if I cover this part up, you can see that there's just two E's here. These two E's are making one sound. They are making the E sound. Now, but this word has the suffix ing added because it's an action that's happening now. So, seeing, seeing. So I am seeing the red dot move. And then I have another spelling pattern. We talked about this one over here. Sometimes the EA can make the long A, but it's more often going to be making the long E. So bean. So you can see we have all these different ways to spell the long E. And then we have the EY. It's similar to the AY. It happens at the end of a word. K, E. So I have key here, two sounds, and the EY is making that final sound for the long E. Then I have a Y at the end of a word, and we are going to talk about that more this week. The Y at the end of the word is a suffix. It changes fun into funny, which is like able to be fun. And so I've got f, a, n, e. If you remember from last week, we have the cry baby rule. Cry, the Y at the end of a one-syllable word makes the I sound, cry, like in fly. And Y at the end of a two or more syllable word makes the E sound. So when Y is at the end of a two-syllable word, like funny, it's saying E. So there's another way to remember, cry baby. All right, so those were the different spelling patterns for the long E. Let's take a look at the long I. So again, we have the E making the I say its name, and that is the I. And then we have the IE at the end of a word. That also makes the long I, I. And we have the Y here, like the cry baby rule, I, fly. And this one is similar to the long A over here, where you have the EIGH. Well, in the long I, the IGH can make the long I sound. So I've got I, hi. These are the spelling patterns for the long I. Let's take a look at the spelling patterns for the long O. So again, we have that vowel, consonant E. The E jumps over the consonant and tells the letter there, the vowel, to say its name. So we have O. So O's. We have the word nose. The OW at the middle or end of a word, usually at the end, can say O as well. So I've got O, low. And the OA can be at the beginning and in the middle of a word. So we have OA. Remember, two vowels go walking. The first one does the talking. Oat, oat. Here I have a word, old. This is that OLD, and that also can make the long O. So we had cold, old, and this one has the suffix est, so it's the coldest. So meaning the most, how would I say that? The coldest day of the year would be the most cold, I guess. So you've got coldest. And then we have the OE spelling pattern here that makes the long O. So I've got T-O, toe. And then again, that GH shows up, but this time with the OU, GH, making the long O, though. Okay, not so many with the long U here. We have the E, silent consonant, the vowel consonant E, that silent E at the end, again, jumping over the consonant to tell the vowel to say its name. Flute, flute. I've got toon, tune, and June, June. So we have that long oo sound as well as the U. All right, excellent work. Let's practice reading some words. Oops. And so I want you to review these words by reading the word, deciding if it's the long or the short sound, and figuring out which spelling pattern it's following. So let's take a look at the first word, pan. What vowel sound do you hear in this word? That's right, a. Are the vowel sounds long or short? In this case, it is short. There is no other vowel here and no silent E at the end, and we have a closed syllable, so it's making the short vowel sound. Here again, take a look. Now we have pain, pain. Again, what vowel sound do you hear in this word? Good, the long A. And that is the long vowel sound. And it is a vowel team, right? So the AI is making that long A sound. Here's the word paint, paint. What vowel sound do you hear? Hopefully again you said the long A sound. And do you see that the AI is making that long A sound? Paint. Again, here we have paint, but I see ing at the end, so we're doing it now. Painting. So the long vowel sound here, A again, painting, and it's that vowel team AI, making that long A sound. Now look closely here. So I see p, a, n, t, ing, p, a, n, t, ing, panting. Is this the long or the short? That's right, that's the short vowel sound. P, a, the short vowel sound, and it's spelled with the A, panting. Okay, so keep practicing. We have lead. Ask yourself, is this the short or the long sound? That's right, that's the short sound, lead. And then I have lead, lead. Is that the long or the short sound? That's right, the long sound, lead. It is spelled with the vowel team EA. All right, keep practicing here. Leader. So I want you to keep practicing. Pause the video and read through these words. Decide if it is the long or the short sound and how the vowel sound is spelled as you're practicing reading these words. So go ahead and pause your video. I'm going to go ahead and finish reading these, and you can check on the next slide if you identified whether correctly if it was the long or short sound and which vowel spelling it was following. So we've got leader, meter, meeting, high, lie, fly, shine. Ooh, be careful. Shin, box, bow, bone, moan, most. That one's a tricky one. Oast. I hear that long O sound. Kind of reminds me of when we looked at old and bold. Makes that long sound. Oh, here I see a Y at the end. Remember, crybaby rule. 2 syllables makes the E sound at the end. Fussy. Fuss. Ooh, this one follows the floss rule. So we've got a doubled S at the end, makes 1 sound, so it's a short syllable. This one must be short. Ooh, and this one, look carefully. The E is there. Fuse and refuse and refusing. All right, very good. We can read the sentence at the bottom. I can move this. It does say, should we take the sailboat or the rowboat on our trip to the lake? There we go. So see if you can find those long vowel sounds in there. I see several long E, long A, long O, another long A, or short I. So check carefully. And here's the answer key if you want to check. Remember when the little curved U looks like a little U over the letter, it's making the short vowel sound. The long flat line means it's a long vowel sound. So that's flat line is the long sound, and this one is the short. Again, you can go ahead and pause the video and check to make sure you are saying the vowel sounds correctly, whether it's long or short, and identifying how that spelling is making that sound. All right, we'll keep up the good practice. Have a great day.